If you have plans outside this weekend, you'll want to take some extra precautions. Dangerous heat is set to build across the coastal empire and low country with feel-like temperatures climbing well into the triple digits. The Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Scott Roberts joining us now with a first look at how hot it's going to get and when we might feel some relief.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't have much relief over the next week or so. We will have temperatures running above normal with those feels-like temperatures, as you said, well into the triple digits. Not only do we have the heat to worry about, but we also have thunderstorms to worry about, so definitely keep an eye on that as you do head out over the weekend. Right now, some very heavy rain moving into downtown Savannah, out into western Chatham County. Pooler, Port Wentworth dealing with some of that rain, as well as portions of Effingham County. But as we look to the south, we actually do have a severe warning storm now moving across Pierce County. Looks like it is going to be moving into southwestern Wayne County and Appling County, likely weakening at this point, but it was producing wind gusts in excess of 40 and 50 miles per hour. But the heat definitely still on, where conditions have been dry. 94 degrees right now for Rincon, still feeling like 100 out in Beaufort and Statesboro, and we are going to be looking at even hotter conditions as we do look ahead to the weekend. Saturday and Sunday will both have high temperatures in the middle and upper 90s. It's the feels like temperatures due to the high humidity that will make it feel like it is between 105 and 110 degrees, and the higher that value gets, the harder it is for your body to cool off. So definitely take it easy, avoid strenuous activity during the middle of the afternoon hours, and stay safe from the heat, and also keep an eye to the sky. We'll have full details on the weekend forecast coming up.
We will see you then. Thank you, Scott. And with dangerous heat expected to settle in this weekend, it's not just the high temperatures parents need to watch out for. WSAV's Danielle Reddy explains the warning signs of heat illness in children.
It will be close to record heat this weekend, and one of the places kids and parents will likely pack is a water park like this one in Bluffton. But water doesn't solve all of the problems that kids can face when temperatures climb.
It's get so hot.
And that's what all the parents are talking about these days. Health experts say one of the dangers for children playing outside in the extreme heat is that they often don't realize when they start to feel too hot. Parents are taking the necessary steps to protect their children.
So I usually carry like a little handheld fan with me that's kept in my bag. Sometimes we'll come in the afternoon, sometimes we'll go to the pool or whatever, but I always make sure that they're like loaded up with sunscreen.
Doctors say it's important for parents and caretakers to know the early signs of heat illness to look for.
A lot of times you can tell that they look flushed, they may look red. You could even just feel their skin and they'll feel hot. If you were to check their temperature, you'd also notice that their core temperature would be high, and similar to having a fever, like they're sick, but it's because of the heat of being outside.
One thing doctors and parents can agree on is sunscreen is something every family must grab before leaving for the day.
High SPF sunscreen, especially where we live, is really important.
If you and your little ones are heading outside this weekend, don't forget to pack some extra water, take some breaks in the shade, and apply sunscreen frequently. In Bluffton, I'm Danielle Ruddy, WSAV News 3 on your side.
If you need a place to go to get out of the heat, the city of Savannah is opening cooling centers. Several options will be open throughout the weekend, including community centers, splash pads, or public pools across the city. A full list of locations and hours is available right now at wsav.com/cooling centers. New at 6, a shooting that happened nearly a week ago is now being investigated as a homicide after the victim died from his injuries. Savannah police say the shooting happened just after 1:20 Saturday morning in the 700 block of East 65th Street. That is where officers found a man with a gunshot wound in a parking lot. Police tell WSAV he died yesterday, and the case has now been reclassified as a homicide. No arrests have yet been made. The investigation remains active. An attorney representing one of the Savannah police officers involved in this week's fatal officer-involved shooting is speaking out, saying the officer acted in self-defense. In a written press release, the attorney says, "We would like to first offer our condolences to his family. They have lost a loved one, and we understand the grief they must be experiencing." The release continues, saying, "Unfortunately, Mr. Oxendine's very actions created the situation which cost him his life. Mr. Oxendine put the officer in a position where she felt her life and well-being were in extreme jeopardy." The shooting happened early Tuesday morning in the Starland district near East Victory Drive and Bull Street. Investigators say 2 SPD officers stopped 35-year-old Nicholas Oxendine after he was seen loitering near a closed business. During that encounter, officials say he became physically aggressive and attacked one of the officers and then tried to assault the other. That is when one officer fired her weapon, killing him. The case is now being investigated by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which is standard procedure. It remains active and ongoing. Happening right now, the Savannah Police Department is inviting the public to step into an officer's shoes and make the same split-second decisions they face on the job. We want to give you a live look inside SPD's training center, where the department is hosting its first Behind the Badge event. Participants will go through a use of force simulator answering the question, what would you do in real-time scenarios that test quick judgment under pressure? It is all designed to give people a closer look at the challenges that officers face during high-stress calls. We'll have more details on this gathering tonight on News 3 at 10 and 11. New at 6, a Screven County man in jail tonight accused of child molestation following an incident investigators say happened earlier this month in Oliver. The Screven County Sheriff's Office says deputies and an Oliver police officer responded to a home on Oliver Highway on June 18th. Officials say the initial complaint involved allegations that Caleb Clifton exposed himself to an 11-year-old girl, a 16-year-old girl, and the children's mother. During the investigation, one of the juveniles also reported additional sexual conduct in front of the children. Clifton was arrested and charged with child molestation and booked into the Screven County Jail. A follow-up now, Port Wentworth one step closer to losing its current Chatham area transit service after a county decision today blocked the city's effort to permanently join Katz Tax District. WSAV's Isley Herschel attended today's commission meeting. She joins us now with what officials are saying about the future of bus service in the city.
Ben, that's right. Port Wentworth wants to become part of Katz Tax District so they can get permanent use of their services. In a letter Chairman Chester Ellis sent to the city, he said he would not let that happen because of Kat's current contract with the city and an ongoing legal battle with the transit service.
Wentworth city officials met with Chatham County commissioners to plead their case as to why the city should be a part of Katz Tax District. But Chairman Chester Ellis says they can't approve that choice.
They need to bring us a request so that they can get the referendum in by the middle of August. It'll show up on the ballot in November, and the voters in Port Wentworth could carry out the vote.
Chairman Ellis says a referendum is the only way for them to become a permanent part of Katz Tax District at this time. But Port Wentworth City Manager Steve Davis says they don't legally have to do that. And they don't want to because it will take more than a year to actually get bus services into the city.
It's not a legal requirement, and it's not something that would be legally binding anyways. So the mayor has already signed the letter to go to CAT to give them their notice of termination at the end of this year.
Ellis claims the current contract between the city and the transit service was made illegally and behind the county's back.
Nothing was done behind anyone's back or illegally or anything else. We can do an intergovernmental agreement with anyone we want. We're not bound. We don't need the county's permission to do that.
Port Wentworth's mayor, Tracy Saunders, says the residents of Port Wentworth would benefit from having expanded bus services.
I spoke with another mother-daughter duo who needs the bus for her employment. She needs the bus for medical care. I spoke with a blind man who needs the bus to get around. These are real people whose lives are affected because of a disagreement that doesn't have anything to do with the city of Port Wentworth.
Chairman Ellis told me that this legal dispute does mention Port Wentworth by name and that the contract they made with CAT. Until all parties can come to an agreement, Port Wentworth will continue to have bus service spanning around the city until the end of the year. Isley Herschel, WSAV News 3 on your side.